Here's an interview that a lot of y'all might have missed that we want y'all to take a listen to from my boy Eric B. Eric B was the guy that was going to be running the Death Row East, and y'all can hear this conversation between him and John and I, and it should be a good listen to for y'all. We want y'all to take a listen to it. This is Eric B, who's going to be the president of Death Row East.
Okay. And not to badmouth him, but I just want to clear up a quote. Snoop said that when Nas and Tupac met in the park, that Tupac said, "I got a song dissing you, and when it drops, if you don't have any problem with me, then you won't say anything when the song comes out." To your recollection, I'm not asking you to speak bad on Snoop. I'm just wanting to try to clear it up a little bit because it sounds like that's not fully what happened. Did you hear anything like that, or does that sound like a little exaggerated maybe about the conversation that Nas and Tupac had?
No, I don't know where that conversation came. I know that they both had a civil conversation, and they walked away as gentlemen. I don't know about the toughness.
And I hate that y'all keep asking that.
I gotta ask him.
I was sitting right there. Snoop was not around. He was not right there.
No, he wasn't.
That conversation.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there because they went to the side and talked.
Exactly.
Everybody stood down.
Okay.
Everybody stood down. It was all of us on one side, the Queensbridge guys on the other side, and everybody stood down and let them stand to the side and talk.
Okay.
So I don't know where, who got with for this conversation or where that came from. I don't know where that conversation came from, but I know they stood off to the side talking.
Okay. When Tupac got mad about Snoop being on the radio, were you with Tupac when he heard it? When he heard the radio interview, or were you not around either one of them at the time?
I came back down, and he was arguing. He was like, he couldn't believe it was something about Snoop said he didn't have a problem, and Tupac said, "Yo, I'm riding for you, and you're not riding with me." And they got into a little argument and scrimmage over that. And but it's like we at the time, we're all brothers and family. Things are gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to look into it like Snoop and Pac had a beef. We were all brothers. Anything could happen at any time, but we're still family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You argue with your brother, you argue with your sister, your cousin,
True.
Your distant relatives, but we were still family at the end of the day. So I don't want to make it seem like they had this big beef, and and it went on from there. They were just mad, exchanged words. That's the end of it, and we moved on.
Okay. Because
it never became an issue to my recollection. It never became an issue after that conversation.
Okay. When Tupac not came to you, but when you guys talked and he said, "I want to do a song with Melly Mel or Scorpio or Big Daddy Kane," would you reach out to them to get them to go out to LA to record, or was that something Pac did on his own?
Yes.
So a lot of the One Nation collaborations was directly you helping set those up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of called a lot of people.
Was the main
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the Death Row East.
Yeah, I called to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called to everybody and told them to come on down. But the thing it was, everybody thought Tupac had a beef with them.
Right.
And then you get on the phone, and Tupac actually would get on the phone himself and say, "Hey, man, can you come on down, man? I'm looking forward to doing it." And they'd hold the phone like, "Yo, Eric, you serious, right?" "Yeah, man, that's Pac. You talk to him yourself."
Right.
I think that Tupac is one of the most misunderstood, guys that there is. When you get around him and you see, who he is, he's one of them guys that's going to ride with you to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bad, ugly, he's going to ride with you to the end.
Gotcha. Okay. Was there anybody that Pac wanted you to reach out to that you maybe couldn't get a hold of, or just scheduling conflicts didn't allow them to work together in time that you could shed light on, just so people get an idea of what One Nation could have been? You know what I mean?
No. I mean, let me say something. I mean, everybody was open to it. I don't think there was not one person that we called or we reached out to that had an issue, but everybody was open to it. Everybody was excited, that we were going to bridge the gaps, with East and West, regardless to what the magazines and stuff were saying. So there was not one person that Tupac had in his mental Rolodex that he wanted to use that didn't pick up the phone and say, "Yo, come on, let's go."
Okay.
I mean, there's guys nice and smooth. There was so many different people that that were ecstatic, about working with him.
Yeah. Yeah, like all the boot camp clique came out there and did all that stuff. So there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Were you present for the recording sessions of that one? Like, were you that hands-on to where you were there during the sessions?
Yeah, different sessions. Big Daddy Kane, I was there for.
Okay.
I was there for a whole lot of sessions. And the thing about it was, I'm so mad that we didn't videotape and record the sessions because they were pretty hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
We did more laughing. We did more laughing and joking than we did recording.
Okay.
Hey, E, let me ask you.
Go ahead, Rich.
Whose decision was it to put Queenie on the Bonnie and Clyde song, the Me and My Girlfriend song?
That was Tupac's decision. He was sitting there, and he said, "Hey, I need a chick to do this, and that." She said, "All right, I'm gonna do it." And they went in and did it.
Cool. Eric B, how did you and Rakim hook back up? Who was instrumental in making that relationship get back cool? Y'all just reached out
Well, you know what? But you know what, Reg? You know what's so funny about it? It's like what I alluded to earlier. Me and Rakim started as kids. You got to remember, we were kids when we started.
1986. 1986 was when I was professional. Yeah.
In 86, July 7th, 1986.
Yeah.
So what happened is we started out as kids and family. I go to Rakim's house. He'd come to my father's house and mother's house. You may Allah be pleased with all of them. And we're family first and foremost. So a lot of people think that we have a beef. Rakim is my brother. You know what I'm saying? We grew up as kids together. We started a mom and pop operation and turned it into a corporation.
Correct.
We're family first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You and your brother are going to have a falling out. You and your sister are going to have a falling out, but you're still family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then, I was doing so much different stuff. I was doing Death Row East. I was managing boxers. I was doing TV stuff, movie stuff, and time has a funny way of slipping past you.
Okay.
So, you look up and you say, man, you know what? How much time has gone past? And, man, let me call my brother up, man. Let's sit down and rap, man. Let's do this, and that.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't a beef that, let's kill each other, or a relationship that we were just, that didn't come together because we weren't family. We're family first and foremost. If you see Rakim's brother is on the road with us, Stevie Blast, like last week, somebody came up and they said, "Oh, this is Rakim's brother," and he got upset. And he said, "Yo, man, I'm so sick of this separation between all of us." He said, Eric's my little brother too." He said, "Don't just say that Rakim's my brother. Eric's my brother too, man. What are you talking about?" He said, "Yo, I ride with Eric every day." He said, "Yo," because, Stevie Blast would tell him, "Yo, Eric got a bunch of sneakers and shoes, and I go in Eric's room and take them all out and put them on my feet, and all Eric do is laugh." He said, Eric's my brother. So, a lot of people try to get in between, your relationships and make what they want to make out of it and run. But, to get back to what you were asking, we're brothers first and foremost. Before the music, before we had kids, you know what I'm saying, and all all the accolades and stuff, we were family first and foremost. And we were kids, trying to figure this business out.